Event Cup, the Event Cup.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Open Cup Podcast. I'm Kory, the lead roaster here at Coffee Mania, and Craig is out of town. So it's a very special episode of the Open Cup Podcast, and I have a very special guest, Dr. Pavel Dimens.
Hello, Dr. Pavel Dimens filling in for Craig Brooks.
Pavel's a friend of the show and the only doctor in the room, so I was thinking that because you're a doctor, you might be able to help me with something. I noticed when I was getting dressed this morning, something on my torso, and I was wondering if you could look at it and give me your professional doctor opinion on that.
I can do that, although full disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor.
Well, just take a look and tell me what you see.
Chiseled pecs and rippling abs.
Yeah, okay,
it
that's
seems to me like you're doing all the right stuff.
That's what I thought too. Okay, I can take this piece of paper off my sweaty stomach. It's been there a while. That was my bit for the episode.
Wow, you really went for the long game.
Yeah, I did. It's been on there for like an hour and a half. It's a good thing I'm so hairy. It gave the tape something to stick to on my sweaty belly.
So yeah, not a medical doctor. I'm actually a marine biologist. So I was actually expecting a fish-related question or thing on your stomach.
Fortunately, no, there are no fish on my stomach for you to look at, but my wife does tell me that my stomach is white as a fish, so you can take from that what you will.
I mean, not all fish are white, but that's for another podcast.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what you do, Pavel.
Well, I study how fish move. Oftentimes it's in saltwater, so I study marine fishes, typically things that have like some sort of commercial relevance to humans. So in the past, I've studied something like tunas and how they move at like oceanic level stuff. I also do that by way of like looking at their genetics. So it's not just like a fish moving from one place to another, but more like over generations, the kind of inferences that we can make about that.
Do you find that fish are more often to move after, or like move long distances after experiencing a really uncomfortable breakup with another fish?
Yeah. It's particularly rough for schooling fish because there's the whole social dynamics of like, I don't really want to see him again in that school, but I can't go to another school. So
that's tough.
It is
hard to be a fish. So we talk about my brother Kyle a lot on this podcast, and I thought it would be really fun for you to share the story of when he was observing one of your what was it? It was before you were in grad school, right?
Oh, yes. The reason why my mother hated your brother for years, I was defending my master's degree, and this was several years before the pandemic hit, and so like video conferencing software and etiquette wasn't really there yet. And so I was live streaming my master's, and your brother Kyle was watching it from New York. I was in Texas at the time. And I was so in the zone that I didn't hear this over the PA, but apparently Kyle never muted his microphone. And so what everybody else in the audience and other people on the call had heard was a guy who was like talking to coworkers, whistling while he was peeing, making an order for bagels. And I just assumed like while I was giving this defense, because it's a really stressful sort of moment for any person doing a degree, I just assumed that it was like noise from outside of the room and just persevered. And then like at the end of the call, I see like the chat is just filled with like, whoever that is, turn off your microphone. We can hear you peeing. So my mom, she had it out for him for several years.
Yeah, I remember.
They've reconciled since.
At your birthday, your 30th birthday?
It was my 30th birthday.
Yeah, there was she pranked Kyle with was it bagel etiquette? Like he grabbed a bagel and she was like, I can't believe you would take that bagel when we haven't, whatever, said it was okay for breakfast yet. And he was so freaked out that he ruined the relationship again, but she was just punking him.
Yeah, my mom doesn't even make jokes that often, and it was, I don't know if it was bagels, but it was definitely something in the kitchen. It was like a trivial food item.
Yeah.
And my mom just pounced. And I thought, good for you, Mom.
Yeah.
Good
Shout
stuff.
out to your mom and shout out to my brother.
Shout out to all parties that were hurt in this retelling.
Yeah. So that's Pavel and what fish do. We today are going to cup one of the coffees that I roasted because I thought it would be fun to cup some decaf on the podcast. I forgot to grab my hot water, so I'm going to take my headphones off and go do that. but this is our decaf Colombian, what we call our don't be alarmed blend. I've just been pretty stoked about how the roasts have been coming out lately, and I don't think we've ever cupped decaf on the podcast before. So I want to try it out and make sure it's good. I think it will be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
It
it.
smells good. All right, I'll go get the water. You can start smelling.
Oh, wow.
Ah, VIP badges all tangled up in my headphones.
It's a good thing you're wearing that VIP badge in the studio that is really just us, your producer.
Well, it's ceremonial.
I see.
Yeah, you can't podcast without your Royal Times VIP badge. Yeah, I feel like this smells really good. There's a
nuttiness to it, but there's also something underneath that's a little tart, but I'm having trouble
I
finding
wonder
the
if it's
language
like
for it.
green apple or there's something sweet, a little on the tartar side of sweet. Definitely has it's a little savory, almost like a teriyaki or a jerky or a soy or something.
Oh my god, you're right. It is it reminds me of like dark soy sauce a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not regular soy sauce, because dark soy sauce does have like it tastes and smells a little different.
Yeah, my first impression was quite sweet, which I'm a little surprised by, but trying to pin that down. What is it? It's
As you keep smelling it, like those first notes are really hard to find again.
yeah, I find I often I'll do this really silly face where I'll mush my mustache up into my nose and I'll like filter the air through my hairy lip, like
Wow, life hack.
like many
Incredible
people
technique.
do, I'm sure. And I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but that was me breathing through my mustache.
Yeah, this is very much like a smoky, jerky sort of soy or teriyaki. I associate jerky with soy because that's one of the sort of flavor
Yeah.
blends that I use when I make it.
Mm-hmm. There is
Yeah.
just a nice subtle sweetness to it that I want to say like apple juice, something along those lines. It's sweet, it's a little sugary, and then you get hit with those sort of like savory soy, almost a little beefy, but it's a little peppery, a little ashy, like mildly ashy though, not like, burned or overwhelming.
Yeah, not like how like your flannel would smell at a a day after a campfire.
Yeah.
Not quite
Not
that
quite
intense.
that, but it does just have like a little bit of, caramelization. It smells really good. I'm excited to taste this.
Looking forward
What do you
to
say
this.
we hit the water?
Is this a darker roast?
This is a medium roast. Yeah, decafs are kind of funny because they, like, if I were to roast a medium roast Colombian and then immediately after do a medium roast decaf Colombian, decaf just profiles darker, so you have to make sure you drop the temperature, like your drop temperature, and I roast my medium roast decafs almost identically to how I roast my like natural light roasts, with the exception that like the end temperature is a little bit higher than the light roast, but it really tends to just if you go in thinking it's a medium roast, I'm going to roast it like a medium roast, you're going to come out with a dark roast.
As I keep smelling this, there's a little bit of molasses in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I associate the sweetness with now.
Yeah. Smells really good though. I'm excited to taste it. Yeah, oh, hold on. I gotta get a. Craig's normally the guy who's responsible for cupping the right way. I just talk and never shut up. But I'm gonna get a timer going. If I can. Oh, there's my timer. Oh wait, we want stopwatch so that we don't have a heinous beeping going. All right. Do you want to pour your own, Pavel, and try your own vortex? Want me to show you the technique and then you can try your own vortex?
Yeah, I would love that.
All right.
In the past, I have done 2 cuppings with Craig and Kory in years past, in person. And there's that same flavor wheel that we always see.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
awesome.
Craig's water bottle graveyard.
So I never quite got the vortex technique down. So yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I do after I start my, oh, geez, Louise, Face ID. Open it up. All right, starting timer. So I go kind of clockwise around
Wow.
and then, I kind of didn't do a good job. Good enough. So yeah,
Alright.
I go around in circles and then I just heavy pour on the side.
All right. And we're not filming this, right? Nobody could see my blunder.
No, nobody can see it if you do a bad job, but I'll tell him, okay, he's starting. He's going.
Mm.
No. Oh, there's a vortex.
All right,
Hey,
it's spinning.
nice job. That was like the the Not So Fast Kaiba because you change directions with your pour.
I
which
was
is-
not expecting that myself.
It's what I did for the longest time, which is why I was struggling with it. And then finally, I was like, you have to commit to the direction that you're vortexing in, and then you'll get a good one. Except I didn't get a good one today because I didn't saturate all my grinds, and I had to cut the vortex in half and just pour on top. But anyway, it's fine. Craig's the real pro. And a shout out to Craig. Miss you. See
I
you
miss you
soon.
too,
I think
Craig.
he'll be back tomorrow. And we might as well while we're here, since Craig's not on board to do it himself, but I will shout out to our sponsor, Coffee Depot. If you need coffee needs and flavors and whatever that you want, check out Coffee Depot on the internet and buy stuff from us. Okay, great. I hope that was a satisfactory shout out to our sponsor, Coffee Depot. It's the department for coffee buying stuff,
Yeah, if you have coffee stuff that you need, go to Coffee Depot.
Yeah, come to us and get it.
And you will feel like that harp sounds.
Yeah, a couple other shout outs. I want to shout out Matt, friend of the show, Matthew. You may recognize him from the horrible sounding whiskey episode. Saw him yesterday, and just great guy. He also reminded me of a band that we used to listen to in the warehouse. They're called Watch House, and I threw them on the radio today. So shout out to Watch House. I believe they played at the Center for the Arts yesterday, which is pretty cool. So if you're into some kind of bluegrassy mandolin music, they are quite nice. Wish I'd known they were playing sooner than yesterday. So not a shout out for that, Matt. Anyway, I'm going to sniff some wet coffee. It smells really good.
Yeah, all
think-
those smells that we had before, I feel like they're gone, like washed
I know.
away.
All the sweetness stayed, though. I feel like I really
Yeah.
got that apple juice, a little cinnamon, too.
I smell, I guess, oats. Not like cooked oats, like dry
yeah.
oats.
Yeah.
I see the apple now.
Now I'm getting apple cinnamon oatmeal, and I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It still has a little bit of that brothy characteristic
Mhm.
from when it was dry, but it's nowhere near as powerful
Yeah,
as it was.
it's gotten significantly milder. All those sort of harsher, more savory tones have been dialed back a lot, and it's just like it's kind of mellow. It's sweet, and I think you're getting more of the molasses now, more of the like caramelization, less of the like soy and smoke or ash or whatever. But yeah, really like how much it sweetened up here.
Yeah, it really rounded out. I could still get a little bit of that like that soy umami, but it's like
Umami.
ooh daddy.
Ooh daddy. It's
Great
the
episode.
Ooh daddy. Thank you.
But it's really taken the back seat, I think, to the molasses and the oats and the apple.
Yeah, that apple is nice. All right, so we're at 4 minutes. That was a fast 4 minutes.
Goodness, time flies.
Boy, time flies when you're hanging out with your doctor friend. Wow, interesting. Really
Right.
beany on the break, and then that apple punches through again. A little more like crab apple, I think.
Yeah, the tartness.
The tartness came through on the break, but just a real good, just a classic coffee bean fart at the break. You know it, you love it. It's a bean fart.
Gosh, that's fascinating. You break the surface and all of that, like, I don't want to say acidity, but that tartness just comes rushing out.
Yeah, and then it sinks to the bottom, and it's after the break, you're getting a lot more of those initial things. The savoriness, the brothiness is coming through again.
After about what is it, 45 seconds a minute, I feel like it's died down again, and we're getting again like that softer, warmer stuff. The
Yeah,
apples, the
I was going to say
cinnamon,
I'm
the
getting more
oats.
cinnamon again. Cool.
Man, this thing is a ride. It's like jumping between two very opposite. Like,
Yeah,
vibes.
it's a pendulum, but it's cool to see the way a decaf plays. I feel like so far now I haven't tasted it, but based on smell alone, like this is a fun coffee that like I think it compares to anything else we've tried so far. So I'm gonna skim and give her a taste. It. Oh boy, I made a mess. It's my first day. I roasted this yesterday on our IR12 because our DR25 has been not working this week.
For those of you like me who don't know what that is and only learned about it moments before we started recording, those are roasters.
Yes, those are our two coffee roasting machines. The 12 is a 12 kilo, and the 25 is a 25 kilo. So I was busy, but seems to be back up in order now. But this one was roasted on the smaller roaster that we used here for, I mean, just such a long time until we, just got so busy that I was roasting 1,000 batches a week. Not literally, but figuratively. I was roasting a lot. Love both of the machines. It was kind of fun to roast on the old one again, other than, it being 90 degrees. And that thing puts off a lot of heat. And it's in the corner of the room, so that whole corner gets really hot. And but great roaster. Shout out to Diedrich Roasters, and shout out to their tech support, who I was on the phone with many times a day for the last several days.
Oh yeah, shout out to tech support, the unsung heroes of modern society.
That is so nice.
This goes down incredibly smooth.
Yeah, I mean, it's like sweet. It's mildly winey, a little bit bitter on the back end.
Barely.
The apple comes through.
It's lost almost all of that savoriness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's gentle.
I
it's
love
sweet. It's, mildly tart. I get a little bit of cherry or raspberry or something. The apple's there. The cinnamon's there.
I know what you mean by the berry. I'm really trying to nail down what that flavor is.
A little lemongrass too. I feel like there's a citrus.
It very faintly. Do you know when they have those chocolates that have cherry liqueur in the center? There's something familiar about those.
I'm getting a little lavender too, on the aftertaste. It's nice and floral, I think, as you exhale through your nose.
Oh yeah, let me try to not mouth breathe to experience that.
Yeah, if you would just quit your mouth breathing. Wow, man.
I could see the lavender. Man, this decaf
Boy,
has taken me through a sensory ride from start to finish.
Wow, really good. I'm stoked about this. This is a solid cup of coffee. I felt like the roast had been really good, and I'm so glad that I decided to cup it today, because now I know that the roast is good. And everybody, go to Coffee Depot whatever and go to Google. I don't know. Buy or don't be alarmed. It's good. Boy, okay. I'm just gonna just sit here and drink the whole cup here. That's wow. Cool.
As a scientist, that usually requires caffeine to do most of my anything. Real heartbreaker that, I'm enjoying this, but it's not giving me the necessary.
Well, as an old person who can't drink caffeine too late in the day anymore, I'm glad about this, because there are many times where I'm I really want a cup of coffee just because there's an emotional attachment to it, where I'm I just want that because it's how I relax.
Yeah.
But now, I have this at home, and I do, but it's validating, And for those people who say death before decaf, you don't have to do that.
Is that a thing people say?
Yeah, they're stickers. Some people.
Is that the pineapple on pizza of the coffee world?
Maybe it is. Yeah, I guess you said that, and I immediately thought of the game Pineapple on Pizza. Are you familiar?
Is that a board game?
No, it's for free on Steam if you're a video game player.
Steam, future sponsors of the podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Steam, potential sponsor of the podcast. There's a game called Pineapple on Pizza, and I'll say no more, but it's free download. It's about 15 minutes worth of gameplay. Download it, play it, let me know what you think. If you, listener, load up your Steam and you download Pineapple on Pizza, let me know what you think about it. Write a review on Apple Podcasts, or a comment on Spotify or YouTube, or send us an email at openpod. Wait, what is it? Hold on, I forgot what our email address is.
I don't know. I'm just a guest spot.
Let me look. I can figure this out. I should know this. It's been a long week, everyone. It's opencuppod@gmail.com. So send us an email. Let me know what you thought of Pineapple on Pizza from and the video game, or just let me know what you think about Pineapple on Pizza, the food. What do you think about Pineapple on Pizza, the food?
So I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Arguably a really great place for pizza. Obviously, New York style pizza. You won't see a lot of pineapple on pizza, and I grew up without it. I don't hate it, but if there are other options, I would tend to avoid it. It's not really the kind of hill I think is worth dying on.
Well, for me, it's my favorite pizza topping. My absolute favorite pizza is bacon and pineapple, and I just think it's so good. So, but yes, dear listener, tell us what you think about Pineapple on Pizza, the video game, and the food, or the food. And also, you know what? Somebody, for the love of God, tag Joe Hendry on Instagram. We got to get that guy on the podcast. So we're going to keep trying. Someday somebody's going to comment or review us somewhere or send me an email. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say, Pavel, before we go?
Thank you for having me, and I'm sure you guys would be just thrilled to have the dulcet tones of Craig Brooks back. But it's been a delight being here. This coffee is fantastic. I look forward to drinking the rest of this cup after we're off air.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the truffles you brought in.
Oh, yes. We specifically did not open the truffles because they're Mexican hot chocolate truffles, and that would be, it would impregnate our like sensory profile. I don't know what the terminology here is. It would make us taste things wrong for the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I think impregnate our sensory is right. Well, I know you know the outro. So would you like to send us off?
Yeah, I guess if there's nothing more to say, then we should just put a lid on it.
Bye.
Bye.